Hello friends, and welcome to Edupedia World Videos. This is the course Basics of Programming in C language, and right now we are covering the topics on pointers. So we were doing practical exercises on pointers. We have covered one basic practical exercise, and in this practical exercise what we will do is we will try and change the value which is stored at the memory location where the pointer is pointing to using the pointer. Okay, so we will not update the variable directly, but we will try and update the pointer's value, and we will see that does it get reflected in the variable or not. First of all, what we will do is we will take a variable. So let me take an integer variable. Int num is equal to 100. So I have stored the value 100 inside that variable num. Now I will take an integer pointer. Okay, so to take a pointer we have to use star just before the variable name, and the variable name is a num underscore ptr, and over here I am storing the address of variable num. Address of operator is the ampersand operator, and it gives the address of any variable with which we use this operator. So address of variable num will get stored in the pointer num ptr. Okay, so now what we will do is we'll try and print the value of num first. Okay, so this will say the original value of variable num equals to then %d, since we have to print an integer value. So printf has a syntax. First we give the constant string. Okay, in that constant string we have the format specifiers. Format specifiers are corresponding to the data type of the variable that we have to print. So we have to print an integer variable after this. So %d is the format specifier for integers. Okay, and we have given a \n, which is an escape sequence for new line. So this particular line will be started in a fresh line. Okay, so here we will give the name of the variable num. Okay, so this will print the value of the variable, original value of the variable. Now what we will try to do is we will try and update the value of the pointer. Okay, so to update the value of a pointer, we have learned that a value of a memory location to which the pointer is pointing to can be accessed using the dereferencing operator, which is star or asterisk. Okay, so it is also known as the value of operator. So value of num underscore ptr we have to change, so we will assign 200 into it. Okay, now let me print this again. Okay, so I will print the new value of variable num is equal to this. Okay, so let us see what gets printed. I have saved the code and now I have compiled it. So it has generated a small error. Okay, it's just a warning that the control reaches end of a non-void function main. Anyways, I have added the return code for that, saved the code and compiled it again. Now let me try and run this. Now what should happen is that first we have tried to print num. Okay, its value is initialized to 100, so it will print 100 over here. Next what we have done is we have changed the value of this pointer. Okay, this pointer is actually pointing to num only, so we have changed the value of this pointer to 200. Since we have changed the value of pointer to 200, so it should also update the value of its variable num. Okay, let us save it and compile it and run this. Okay, so initially the value of num is 100 and the new value of variable num is 200. So that means although we modified the value of pointer using the value of operator, okay, we made it to 200 and then we tried to print it, the original variable value was also changed. That means that both of these, this and this, point to the same memory location. Only then this would have been true, that when we changed the value which was over here to 200, this also got updated. Okay, so what we can do next is, let us try one thing. What we can try is just remove this asterisk, which is the value of operator before this pointer, from before this pointer. So now this pointer we have used as it is. Now let us see, will this value get updated or not. So actually what will happen is, earlier the value of num's address, so num's address is stored into num pointer, num ptr. Okay, now we are storing something else in num ptr. So in this case, only the value of numptr is updated, not the value of address where numptr is pointing to is updated, but it is rather updating the address to which numptr points. So numptr earlier points to the address of num, now it will point to some memory location whose address is 200. Okay, so actual value of num will remain 100 only. So let us now verify this by compiling and executing the code. Okay, so the actual value of num does not change this time. So that means that using the pointer as it is will only affect the address. So this means the address of that particular numptr, so address stored in that particular numptr is changed. But if we add star to it, this actually dereferences that address and it goes to that particular memory location. So when we do this, this 200 is stored in the variable num, because numptr is pointing to this address and this is dereferencing that address. But if we do not dereference that address, this value is actually stored in the variable numptr. So numptr is a pointer and this will be stored as an address in numptr. Okay, so now we have understood in detail about the dereferencing and address of operators, and I hope this video was clear to you. Continue to watch the course Basics of Programming in C language. Thank you.